This is the 6-day split I trained to go from a skinny kid to where I am now. I've been training for about 3 years now, and I've had this split in place for about a year. So my first year, I was just trying to build the basics for my calisthenics strength. And then my second year was kind of just working out what would fit for me. And that's when I learned about the most effective way to train calisthenics skills, and I catered my split around that. Over time, my split has changed and evolved to where it is now, which is what I'm going to show you today. Before I walk you through my exact split, I should tell you what I actually train. I'm a boxer and I also do calisthenics. My aim with choosing these two things was to get as strong as possible and look as best as possible for my height. I'm 5'10", so I can actually have quite a good physique at around 75 kg if I'm lean and built. And I picked boxing for multiple reasons, but one of them was also cardio and keeping lean. And obviously calisthenics brings the strength and the muscle to the table. There's this one thing that I've started to integrate within my split to actually help me reach my goals, and I'll tell you about that later. Starting off, Monday is my busiest training day. I run a 5K on a Monday, I also train skills at home, and then I also have my boxing session. With my 5K, every 2 weeks I exchange the 5K for some sprints to get better for my boxing. The 5 kilometer runs are just conditioning for boxing, and then skill training I do 6 times a week to make sure I get as much progress as I can as quick as possible with calisthenics. And I actually do go to an actual boxing gym with plenty of people in there, so it's not like I'm training by myself. So I can actually focus on technique and spar as well. And everything tends to work out because running keeps me lean, which was one of my goals when I first started, and calisthenics helps me with boxing with the explosiveness and the power. So everything kind of works together, and that's why I do feel like my split is pretty good. Tuesday's my rest day. I try to keep it as active as possible. I'll walk the dog. I'll keep moving on my rest day. Maybe it's because I can't stop with the idea of just stopping. That's probably stemmed when I first started because I was quite unconfident when I first started, and my brother tried getting me into calisthenics. And there was this point where I just didn't really like training it. I was training the wrong things. I wasn't seeing much progress, and my confidence kind of just plummeted. I stopped training, and I never really picked it up until about 8, 9, 10 months later when my brother actually started to coach me. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be training this. So I suppose I might be scared to stop moving, stop doing stuff. Maybe I can't just sit still on a rest day because maybe I'm scared of losing progress or losing progress or never training again. But obviously that idea is a bit stupid because just because I miss one day doesn't mean I'm never going to train ever again. But it's just something deeply rooted in me, and it's... On Wednesday, I just do boxing and I skip. I try to do skipping on every day, apart from my rest day, to keep myself lean and to also condition myself for boxing. I used to go on the Stairmaster with my girlfriend or the treadmill, but I later realised that I might as well do skipping over treadmill and Stairmaster because skipping helps my boxing as well as basically doing the same thing as the treadmill and Stairmaster do. Thursday is my first actual calisthenics day with no boxing. So I don't train boxing on Thursdays, but it's a full calisthenics day. It's a push and a pull skilled day. So I'll do my skills at the start of the session and then work on progressions for the 2 skills I'm training. Currently I'm training the 90-degree handstand push-up and the front lever, so I'll do progressions for those 2. After all that's done, I'll do weighted calisthenics as well, so weighted pull-ups and weighted dips, which helps me with my skills as well. But this is just to improve my strength. And with this, I've been able to do a 60 kg pull-up for 2 reps. And for weighted dips, I can do 65 kg for 3 reps, so I'm getting close to my body weight. But we're not done yet because these sessions are quite long. I tend to spend around 2 hours and a half at the gym because of the amount of stuff I'm doing. So after I've done everything that I've just mentioned, I now need to train. For Thursday, it would be biceps. So I'll be training biceps and shoulders as well. And I'll do 1 exercise for traps. Now for Friday, that is my leg day. Shock, a calisthenics athlete does leg day. Before my leg session, I also train my skills as well. Like I mentioned before, I train my skills 6 times a week to make sure I'm making the best progress possible for my calisthenics skills. There's a typical stereotype that calisthenics athletes don't train legs, which makes sense because if you think about it, the most you can do is rep out pistol squats. There's not much you can do after that. So if you are a calisthenics athlete and you don't train legs, train legs. I use weights to train legs. I don't use calisthenics to train legs. I'll be at the point where I'm just repping pistol squats and it just won't be good for muscle growth. I'm not trying to increase the strength of my legs, which is what calisthenics is primarily used for, is for increasing strength. So typical weightlifting is better for muscle growth. So I'll just lift weights for legs. If I'm just trying to get extra muscle on my legs, I'm just going to use weights. On Saturday, I'm basically just redoing what I do on Thursday. So my push and pull skill, weighted calisthenics, train abs, and then I move on to my weightlifting session towards the end of all of that, which instead of biceps and shoulders and traps, it's triceps, shoulders, but I don't train traps. I only train traps once a week because it's not a part of the body I'm trying to grow in a sense. It's just a part that I'm trying to improve. And I finish all these weightlifting sessions with 10 minutes of skipping. That leads me to my last day, which is Sunday. On Sunday, this is my easiest day in a sense. It's the shortest day for training. I'll basically do my push and pull skill, focus on form and repping out my skills just to build that extra strength, and then focus on some progressions as well. No weightlifting in this session, just skipping at the end. And that is my 6-day split, as I guess you could say, as a hybrid calisthenics athlete. This split has taken me around 3 years to get to. And personally for me, this is perfect as I can focus on boxing and focus on calisthenics while also achieving my dream physique. Now don't be discouraged to train if you don't have as much time on your hands than I do. If you look at my training sessions and hear me say that sometimes my training sessions take 2.5 hours, you can still get a good session in, still get progress towards your goals, whether that's a dream body or doing the cool calisthenics skills you see online. You can still get a good session in with 40-50 minutes of training almost every single day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video was more of just showing how I train, a more personal one. If you need any help with anything related to this or anything in general, DM me on Instagram. I'll always respond back.